Mike, there's a storm coming. Things are going to get bad. We're going to be tested. Just know we're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Not that I really left anywhere. I didn't really have many things to review, even though there's a lot I should be doing. So that, procrastination. But either way, this week I'm going to be reviewing Bad Boys Ride or Die. So buckle in, you are in for a ride. As usual, I will try not to get into spoilers, but I can't make any promises, so I hopefully, but if I do spoil something, hopefully it entices you to actually go watch the movie itself. Let's get started. We start off with Mike and Marcus on their way to something very, very extravagant, and it's the next chapter in one of their lives, and it's like the third movie. Things are moving on. Life is getting, people are getting older. Life is moving on, and Mike and Marcus have to grow up someday. But some things transpire where it actually awakens Marcus into a new status or a new level of life, or an appreciation that he has for it. So you can maybe kind of guess where that one is going. This leads Marcus to believe that something is actually going to happen in the future to do with the both of them, and they have to be prepared for the storm that is coming. Quite literally, a storm that comes. This throws Mike and Marcus into the thick of it, with the captain being alleged that he's been in cahoots with the cartel this whole time over the last decade. And I gotta be honest, they played it really well. I gotta be real with you. To maybe break away from the premise a little bit, the story was really good. It really felt like a Bad Boys movie all over again. I don't know how they keep doing this, but it really, really came through, especially with some of the references, like going back all the way down to the first movie. Phenomenal work with the story. So yeah, let's dive a little bit more into that. So it throws Mike and Marcus into the thick of it, where they have to clear the captain's name. His good name has been thrown out all over the mud, through the mud, and it's up to them to save the day, like usual. And so they are a two-man army against the cartel, and what a story it developed. And the excitement cannot be contained. I really, really got to give it to Michael Bay and the direction that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence went with this movie. It is phenomenal how well they referenced a lot of the older movies and older scenes with that, and you will see almost like not exactly a shot for shot, but a very famous scene between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Really, really well done. But you got to go see it to see it yourself. So let's talk about a bit the technical aspects of this movie. The camera work, amazing work. As you might have seen on Will Smith's Instagram or social media posts, that he had the camera attached to him, and as he's running through one of the scenes of the movie. And I haven't seen this done since Doom, so I'll spoil this a little bit. The first person, that camera was used for first person movement, and it looks really great, and I got to give it to them. That first person look, they nailed it. And some of these drone shots that they were using, there's an object that that flies through, and you follow that object throughout through that scene, and that's camera work at some of its finest. So amazing camera work, amazing technical work there. The action scenes the action scenes were phenomenal. So hands down, some of the best work I've seen. The story. I loved it. I really, really loved it. I think sometimes that the humor is maybe a bit too much, pushing the line of like being a little bit forced, but the story worked well within its comedy. They even gave Reggie a great scene with the story, really pushed his character and his narrative. Mike's son, or he was once a bad guy in the previous movie. You haven't watched the previous movie, go watch the previous movie. Has a great redemption arc. That's why I say I really can't contain my excitement for you guys to go watch this movie. So I just want to say, go watch this movie. The soundtrack, just as like every other Bad Boys movie, you hear that theme song and you just get so pumped and psyched. So it hits all the nostalgia factors and it hits all the new action factors. So if I were to give this movie a rating, I'd love to say I wanted to give it a 5 out of 5 just out of pure joy and excitement, but it's pretty close. I would say give it a 4, maybe 4.5 out of 5. As I said, there's like very, very few things I would really pick on, in terms of like maybe the story being like maybe a bit forced with the comedy, but I'd be really nitpicking. So go do yourselves a favor, especially if you're a fan of action comedy. This one knocks it out of the park. So for everyone that loves Bad Boys, this is a must-see. If you love action movies, this is also a must-see. There are a lot of cameos with some social influences that you will see in this movie as well. So it hits all the right marks, trying to bring it into the 2024 scene. So that being said, thank you for watching this review. Thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you subscribe and like and all that jazz. So please keep watching the videos, and yeah, I want you to go watch Bad Boys. Go watch Bad Boys. It's a fun, phenomenal movie. Yeah, that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.